This week we're going to highlight the latest crop condition ratings and weather trends here in the U.S. We're going to turn our attention to a possibly very weak export program as we start the new crop year. We're going to wrap things up with a long-term review of November soybean futures. Hi, this is Brian Bastine with Advanced Trading. Let's talk about the soybean market. We've moved into the month of September here, and of course that means it's time for harvest. Let's take a look at the updated crop condition ratings from the U.S. We're looking at some deterioration here in crop condition ratings. We're looking at 65% good to excellent. That's down from 69% last week, and it's now equal to what it was last year. Notice all those red circles across the heart of the Corn Belt are lower than last week. Let's take a look at the aggregate crop condition index here. Notice that index has fallen sharply here the latest week. It's still one of the highest in recent memory, but it's now trailing 2018, is about in line with what we saw back in 2024 and 2020. Let's take a look at crop progress now. What we're looking at is soybeans dropping leaves. Of course, as you all know, soybean maturity will increase rapidly here in September. On average, soybeans dropping leaves increase approximately 30% between August 31st and September 14th. So by the middle of the month, some of those early maturing beans will be ready for harvest. And of course, as we prepare to start harvest, a lot of interest in the weather. Let's take a look at the short-term trends. Our slides this week, as usual, are courtesy of T-storm weather. Now we're looking here at a sharply cooler than normal weather pattern all across the heart of the soybean belt here. Now we're looking at highs into this weekend and early next week, highs in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, and lows all across that light blue area, 30s, 40s, and 50s. So let's take a look at the possibility, if you will, for frost. What we're looking at here is a background of U.S. soybean production. Really, the only areas that we see really cool up there in the 33-degree area is light blue. Not many soybeans up there. Now, 35 degrees in the purple area, a few more beans up in that area. And the weather can change, of course, but at this point, there doesn't look to be a high degree of probability for frost damage into mid-month. Now we're looking at much warmer weather patterns Sunday through Tuesday as we look at our final weather chart. All across that area, it's going to warm up west to east here next week. We're looking at highs returning to the 70s and 80s and lows in the 50s and 60s. Now we focus on temperature here. Let's take a look at precip. Let's look at the precip totals for the next 2 weeks. Now you can see here we're looking at most of the Midwest here. The vast majority is going to see normal precip and actually slightly dry. So if those beans are getting closer to being harvested, looks like we're going to have pretty good weather. Let's turn our attention to export sales. Let's look at a chart of unshipped export sales. And we're looking here at some concerns about beans as we start the 2025 marketing year, 25-26 marketing year, and the biggest unknown is China. As reflected by that black line in the chart, there are 0 old or new crop bean sales on the books as of August 21st. A trade deal or lack thereof with China will have a major influence on the balance sheet this year. Let's wrap things up this week looking at trends in November beans. Now, November beans, as we tape here on Wednesday this week, are trading near $10.35 a bushel. Notice as even though we're edging closer to harvest, there's still room for volatility in the markets, both to the upside and to the downside. That's why we continue to strongly encourage you to work closely with your trusted risk management advisor to manage price movement and avoid price prediction. Now, if you'd like more information, please feel free to contact us at 800-664-2321. We'll put you in contact with one of our risk management consultants who'll be happy to visit with you at your convenience. And remember, we upload every Wednesday. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and never miss an update. Thanks a lot. Have a good week.